Hi, I'm Kellie Walenciak, and I'm the head of global marketing for Televerde. I'm excited to share what I believe separates good leaders from truly exceptional ones. Leadership is a journey, and for me, these 5 traits have been defining. So let's jump in. First, exceptional leaders relate to mistakes instead of just pointing them out. I learned this lesson from an intern who worked for me more than a decade ago. She was driven and talented, but struggled with feedback. It really threw her off balance. It hit me that if I could share my own missteps, it might make feedback less intimidating. So instead of just correcting her, I started to say things like, "Hey, I've been there," or "I made the same mistake early on in my career too." The difference was incredible. She felt understood, not judged, and it created space for real growth. It's a reminder that a little humility goes a long way in coaching and building trust. Second, exceptional leaders say yes and. This is something I actually learned through improv, where saying yes and keeps the scene I'm in moving forward. In leadership, no, though sometimes necessary, shuts everything down. It kills ideas, discussions, and even confidence. We shouldn't allow it to be our default. Yes and opens up possibilities, even for ideas that aren't fully baked. I see this in my work with incarcerated women who make up most of our workforce. Outside of our prison centers, they are constantly being told what not to do. When they come into the centers, we say yes and in doing so, we help rebuild their confidence and shift their mindset to what's possible. It's about creating together, not just dictating. Third is whole person leadership. Just like doctors see patients as more than a diagnosis, leaders need to see their team members as more than job titles. Recently, one of the incarcerated women on my team came to me worried about missing work for court hearings. I told her that her freedom was the priority and the team would step up in her absence. She was so moved, and it reminded me how much it means to people when they're valued as whole human beings. When we support people beyond their work, trust and performance skyrocket. The fourth is integrity. For me, integrity is a way of being, and working with my incarcerated team has reinforced this for me in profound ways. Recently, I turned down a consulting opportunity with a company because their practices around factory farming didn't align with my values. It wasn't easy, but integrity means standing by what you believe, even when it costs you. Integrity has to reflect your principles every single time. And finally, exceptional leaders remember their roots. Most of us started from the bottom in those entry-level grunt roles where managers pushed relentlessly. I think back to those days often and ask myself, what did I need from my leaders back then that I didn't get? Encouragement, clear direction, patience, and most importantly, the freedom to approach them openly with anything and knowing they were invested in my growth. Those early experiences taught me the value of being accessible and supportive, even when juggling a million other priorities. That's what I strive to give my team today, a sense of trust, investment, and belief in their potential. It's what makes all the difference. So these are my 5 traits that I think separate the good from the exceptional. Relate to mistakes, say yes and, lead the whole person, act with integrity, and remember your roots. Do I nail all of these every day? Absolutely not. I'm a work in progress, just like everyone else. But I try, and I think that's the point, right? Leadership isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, being human, and figuring it out as we go. Thank you so much.